All right, everybody. Next up, we're gonna have Michal give us an update for his game. His and hers, no. Christian's game, Lords and Villains. Give it up.
All right, so we have been very active on our Trello board again now that we have an actual team. So I wanted to bring more attention to that because right now I'm going through, we have like a new setup that we are following, and I'm going through everything and trying to define it in bigger detail. So if anyone is interested in how much I am slacking and how much work Christian is doing versus me, you can see that the distribution of work is very even and fair. Or maybe I'm just not tracking the things that I'm actually doing because I need a bunch of excuses. Anyway, we are doing something like a scrum. So we are going from left to right. I'm always planning 3 milestones ahead. And for us, a milestone is a monthly batch of work that we're always trying to make sure that at the end of the milestone, we have something that's playable, stable, without bugs as much as possible, and kind of brings new set of features that we have planned ahead. And right now, every milestone that we have planned is kind of very high level. It's just like the main name of the features. And we have this classification of tasks, which we always say how much work that is. And it's a hotfix, which is roughly 1 hour, minor, which is 3 hours, major. Then we have also daily. And I also use this classification epic, which is more than 8 hours. And that's basically for me that I need to go and break down the tasks to something smaller. So we never have epics in the Trello board, and everything is at worst one day of work that we are like using as an assignment. So that, like, everything here would pretty much be epic, and I need to break it down, and that's something I'm going to be doing in future days. And then as we go forward, we always plan for the next week into to-do lists. So I just move things that we're going to be doing for the week. And at the end of the week, Christian kind of pushes it to a development branch, because every feature we do in a separate branch on Git. And then in the development branch, I go take the QA hat and test the game, report every bug. And then it's moved into implemented features and fixed bugs, which at the end of the month gets transported into something like this, where we have a milestone description and changelog. So this is what we've done in the first, or like the last month. Why is this? Yeah. So a lot of things. I really like the last sentence. Several bug fixes and performance upgrades. If I would be very specific, I think it would it wouldn't have the point. But mostly we've been working on very cool features, like villagers being able to mate and make children. So I'm just going to load the game and quickly show everything, mostly now for the people on the stream.
Cover your eyes if you're under 18.
Yes, you're going to see a very cute heart icon. That is I'm sorry for the damage I do. So we've separated the tutorial mode. That is the demo version of the game, is now just a tutorial, and we are working now on a procedurally generated version of the game. So I'm not going to go into it because it's currently pretty broken. You just get a useless family, and everybody dies out of hunger because you have no way to get food. So let's not do that. And we can start from the normal mode. Mikey, yay! Lord Mikey, very traditional historical name. Yeah, so one thing I can show is animals. Woo! We have little piggies walking around. But yeah, so we spawn them on the map in herds. So we always select a good location on the map and generate several bloodlines of animals, and then we form them in a herd, and they kind of connected in the herd. So later we can do things like traveling in winter away from the map, and the whole herd will kind of move away. Oh, look! Cows! A little baby cow! And now we also have somewhere sheeps. Oh, What's that?
Oh no.
Oh no, corpse of sheep. This is currently a bug, or more like poor balancing, because you start the game with several sheep already dead for some reason. I still need to fix that. The same for chickens.
Corpse of a chicken.
No, this is actually my bug. He did it right and then I broke it. But yeah. So that's animals, and they also have this desire to procreate. So at certain times, roughly once of an in-game week, they're gonna fall in love for a brief moment and have some fun. And then you will see here the cow is pregnant, and it takes about 40 in-game days for them to produce a child. Like a factory, wow. Anyway, the same happens if you do like a household. But for people, it's more complicated. They actually need to be in a relationship. Who would expect that? So only people who are in love and kind of right now, they also need to be married, but that's not going to be always the case later when we actually implement relationships. So if they have a double bed and a zone where they kind of can live, I need to speed up the time because I was not fast enough. They are sleeping on the ground. And you're probably not going to see it because now there is... Again, it's about once a week, roughly. It's kind of random, but it is about once a week that they decide to do some whoop whoop. And they just go to the bed. And the requirement is that they have a zone and then they have a double bed. One thing that we finally fixed is that we assign owners to the beds. So now it actually makes sense if you have a big family. The married couples actually sleep together, so it's not completely random, and therefore even bigger chance. No, not tonight. I'm sorry. Maybe the next night.
Wow, we are super stalking.
Welcome to our game. That's pretty much the game. Yes. And the same thing happens. So there is about 20% chance for them to get pregnant, and then they have 90 in-game days to produce a baby, and then the baby is running around and it's super cute and doing super cute things until it grows up. And then it's being annoying. Yeah. I think that's everything that we've done in the last month. In the next month we're going to be implementing all of these professions. All of these zones will be functional. Yes, it's happening. No, it's not.
What is it?
Oh yeah, it's already happened.
Pregnant.
And she got pregnant.
Flash.
Yeah. But yeah, you gotta be careful. Like if you speed the game, you miss it. So
90 days.
But yeah, it's not really realistic, I have to say. If it wasn't obvious. Anyway, if you want to wait 90 days, I think we'll be here for a long time. But next milestone, we're going to implement all of these professions. So we're going to get like leather workers and rope makers and bow makers and all of this stuff. So the full or like the basic set of production chain is going to be in the game. You will be able to... Oh, right, I forgot. They can actually tame animals. I didn't show that. So when you build a farm and you assign the farm to a farming zone, you now have this UI. And you can, as a lord, you can say, I allow you to keep 2 pigs and 1 cow, for example. And then they will go and they will try and tame an animal. Here is trying to tame a little piggy. Is he gonna be successful? Nope.
Oh.
Piggy didn't like. We wanna improve this for the next time to also like indicate.
What is like he's feeding them? He's trying to feed them?
Yeah, he's trying to feed them, and
He's feeding the wrong end.
oh, yeah, we actually should fix that. Wow. Wow. But yeah, I guess that's the way to do it. and now the animal that it's tamed, it's going to be like, it finds a location within the zone and it tries to stay there. And what we want to do in the next update as well is that it's no longer going to be that smart. Like right now, as soon as they tame the animal immediately goes to the zone and it knows where to go. But so what we want to do is the villager that tamed them to actually kind of leash them and kind of move them to the specified location. And you're also going to be able to build these feeders. So the AI will then try to kind of assign these, like leash the animal and move them to the feeder so they are like naturally grouped together, and then you can fence them around. And you can also take advantage of these grass patches on the ground because that's what the animals eat, most of them. So if you want to like have a herd of sheep, you will just go around the map and you see, oh, there's a bunch of sheep. So you're going to build a farm there, and then you're going to let the villagers tame them, and you're just going to fence them around so they don't run away, and they will just eat the grass and produce wool for you. So that will be the game mechanic. Yes.
Like, how do distance work in your game? Like, if they have to walk down there, like, is this accounted in? Like, because it's pretty far.
Yeah, right now we have this problem that we solved it temporarily, that they're not looking all over the map for the animals. They're only like considering certain distance for them to actually go because and it still is not enough. You can still get the situation where the villagers start walking towards the animal. It takes them half a day, and before they get there, it's already night, so they need to go back to sleep, right? And it's like, no, I'm actually tired. Screw this. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And they never tame the animal. So what we want to do as well is implement some kind of a journey for the villagers. So if they decide to go to a place which is too far away, they will stuck with like food that they carry with them, and they will also build fireplaces on the way to kind of sleep on the ground, so they can take multiple days to arrive to the edge of the map, then keep taming the animal there, and then come back with the animal as well. So it's going to be like, hey honey, I'm going tame a cow to the next valley.
I mean, you can integrate that as a whole feature that they can go like venturing and bring back resources and stuff.
Yeah. That's going to be the basis of it, but we want to have like a bigger map as well, as much as our performance will allow to do it. So it's going to be more important in the future when the map gets also bigger. And yeah, as a last note, we're also approaching the end of our pixel artist search, and I can already say we have some very exciting entries. So I see a really big future for this game and the art, and I can't wait until we do the facelift, because if you like this, you're gonna really like the stuff that we have. We can bring in later with the artists. So yeah, looking forward to that. Any questions?
Would the animals also be allowed to eat planted crops?
Yeah. Oh, you mean the crops that are on the farm?
Yes.
Yes. That will be a mechanic which the player will have to kind of use fences. It will be a reason to use fences, because if I just do this, the animal will of course like the wheat that they plant there, and they will eat it, because animal doesn't care. So you will be motivated to build fences and make sure that they don't actually get there. Yeah. Separate this area, or just build two separate zones. Like right now the animal is very obedient and it's not going to leave the boundary of the zone as well, so that's already is kind of a fence, but maybe later we're gonna implement some kind of disobedience as well. We'll see. Don't really know how much time we're gonna have to polish the game on this level.
Do the animals have family?
Yeah, you can't see it, but it's in the data. We have genetical distance algorithm to calculate common ancestry, so the animals don't do some weird stuff. People as well. Yeah, we take care of that, of course.
Wait, does that mean that the animals have some sort of AI algorithm, and then based on their DNA they can change their behavior, and then the offsprings will do similar stuff?
No, it's just like they will not mate with the sister or something. They will always make sure that the common ancestor is too far
All
away.
die. Did the pigs all die? Are they dead?
No, they sleep.
Right now, you can also shrink existent zones. Is it right?
Yeah.
What happens if you delete the whole zone and is the animal still tamed?
Yeah, it keeps still being owned by the family, and as soon as I build a new zone and assign it to the same family, it's gonna assign to the zone. And you can see it's red because it's over the limit. So the player can also reassign animals this way by I can reduce the limit like this, and then I can build a second zone. And increase the limit there. And as soon as I confirm it, the animals get transferred. And now they're not here anymore. So the algorithm automatically tries to group the animals together so they are always in the same zone as much as possible. And then if they go beyond the limit, they look for the next zone. So the players can very easily, with very little input, make sure that the zones are kind of structured in a smart way.
Is there any reason why I should not let one family tame as many animals as possible?
Yes, because they take resources and time, and you might want to focus the labor on other things than animals. So it's part of your consideration. You can also set up the whole economy of having a bunch of animals and then having the animals as a tax that they pay you. So instead of a wheat, they will give you 1 cow a year, and then you're going to sell the cow. So that can be a valid strategy for developing your settlement. Any other questions? Yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of questions today.
What happens if your villagers own animals and you don't allow them to do that? Like you forbid them as a law?
Yeah, so
what's the punishment?
Not really sure right now what exactly will happen. Possibly they will try to sell it. They might also just not listen and keep it anyway. So that could create a conflict with your guards, or it will force you to increase the limit because it's an uncomfortable situation. Or you can take it away from them and then keep it for yourself. Yeah, there will definitely be possibility for them to have more animals, like just from the nature of making new ones through procreation. So you set limit to 2, time goes by and the pigs don't really care about you, so they make another child and suddenly they have 3. And so the AI has to react to that because their lord only allows them 2, so what are we going to do with it? Like, does it now belong to the lord? Or are we going to sell it to the butcher for meat? But they will always, as long as you're a good lord and they like you, they will always do their best to find a way to fulfill the conditions that they have. If you're a bad lord, they might be like, no, we're not scared of you, and you're gonna send guards, and then they're gonna be scared. And so you are either a good lord or a fierce lord. That's the 2 options in the game. If you're good, they listen naturally. If you're not, you need to scare them to listen and be obedient. That's a moral choice in the game. Thank you very much for asking questions. Yeah.